All right, so now we are live, and so let's get started. Whoops, here we go. Bye. All right, so good morning from Vietnam, Bien Hoa City in Dong Nai Province, Vietnam, coming to you from the Pegasus Plaza, as I do every Wednesday at 10 a.m. here in Vietnam. It's about 4 a.m. in London and 11 p.m. Tuesday evening on the East Coast in New York. This is Nailing FX, Spot Forex Trading Simplified. My name is Opa Burt, and you can always reach me at fxopaburt@gmail.com. Here is the remaining schedule for this month. Today is the 7th, and next Wednesday, the 14th, 21st, and 28th, I'll be streaming live again. On the 28th, I will be streaming on YouTube. So for the next couple of weeks, it'll be here on FX Street. All right, here's just some information real quickly so that you can get more information for your trading. You can do a simple Google search, Nailing FX Opa Burt, and you should be able to see all of this information. It's available to you for free. All right, let's start out with a disclaimer. The following videos, clips, demonstrations are for educational and instructional purposes only. Traddictiv provides these videos purely for the purpose of demonstrating a method of using the product. Users understand that all the contents used in videos is purely for demonstration purposes only and is not a guide and does not provide any indication or prediction of actual results. As a user, you understand and agree that hypothetical results obtained through the demonstrations do not indicate in any way the results you may receive by using the products, okay, or using on the products. All right, in today's session, what will we do? First of all, we will review the trade that we put on last week. Last week was September 30th. Then we're going to do a quick look at the Zebra EDU search video. I'll just get you, I put a special video up for searches. We're actually going to follow that search process in this session today. Quick understanding the difference between a profile and a template. Then we're going to go ahead and go and do end of day channel trade analysis, where we will actually look for some trades and see if we can correlate those with TradingView. And as always, that'll be hunting for some potential trades. So let's get started. Here's what happened last Wednesday. Last Wednesday, we put on a trade. I put on a trade here, and you can see down here the trade. It was a buy limit. It was a buy limit. Okay, the reason it was a buy limit is I anticipated that price would come down from its current price, which was right here. This was the price it was trading. Here you can see this last candle, red candle here. I anticipated that it would come down because the prior candle was a very strong green candle up, and we did have the river, or the trend, call it the river. The river was flowing slightly upwards to flat, so it was a fairly good probability that price would pull back down. So I put on the buy limit for a mini on the USD, Euro USD. You can see the price, the stop loss, everything is set up, the stop loss being down here just at slightly below the arrow that showed me that this might be a good trade. Now, this was not a channel trade. This was not a channel trade because we did not get the green channel dot down here. So this was not a jump into the channel trade type of trade. This was wait for confirmation, and I got the confirmation, but anticipated that price would pull back. All right, so then what happened? Here's where we entered, and price did in fact pull back, okay? Did in fact pull back and put us into the trade. And so that was the trade Wednesday. Thursday, you can see here, we were already profitable in that trade. We had already moved up quite a bit in that trade. So what I did was I moved the stop on Thursday, the next day. I'm not sure exactly what time it was that I did that, but I pushed the stop up so that I reduced the stop loss from 100 pips to 60 pips. I didn't feel that it was still necessary to risk 100 pips on this trade. So by reducing the stop, I basically increased my profit potential at that point. So nothing really happened. And you see yesterday morning, my time here, price had moved up about halfway to the target. You can see here's the target up here, okay? And price yesterday, so this was Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday. So yesterday, with that nice strong move to the upside, I saw no reason to leave this. And as you know, I go to a free trade and I pull that up. So I had about a 38 pips free trade. So worst case scenario, that what would happen is that if price pulled back, I would not lose. I would gain 38 pips, protecting my account and making sure that everything was good. Still with a little profit, not as much as I'd like to have, but having some profit is better than no profit, and no profit is better than having a loss. So let's continue on. So that's the review of the trade. We will see exactly how it turned out when we go to the live chart. So now let's go ahead and really quickly take a look at the Zebra education search video that I did. So you can go ahead online and look for the end of day EDO search video, and it's at YouTube. Okay, it's at YouTube. So you can see what I did is I walked through how to establish profiles, applying indicators, creating a template, then scanned those templates and narrated during the scan. We will actually scan in the session to see if we have any possible trades, end of day trades available to us. Okay. Now I had a question from one of the students saying, can this be done on other time frames? Yes, it can, but it works absolutely the best on the day. So be patient. Your end of day, yes, you're going to have bigger stop losses initially, but you'll also have much larger profit potential. And so if your account size is not large enough to support, a standard or even a mini, trade it with micros. Get in the habit of trading. Get in the habit of following the system over and over and over again. Create that muscle memory in your brain for how to trade. So again, go and look at this special, it's a 40-minute video on end of day trading at YouTube, okay? And so here is the the link down here. If you want to copy that, take a quick screenshot of this down here and go to YouTube and see that. All right, so what was it all about? Again, the indicator that we're using is the 33 zebra channel, and we spoke about this last session last week. What this does is we apply the 33 to a chart. Okay, you see here we apply it to a chart, set up the variables. This is how I set up my variables. And when price moves into the upper band or the lower band of the channel, the whole thing being a channel, then we get a red dot or a green dot. So that's what the dots come in. So then we apply not only the 33 but also the 48 alert indicator. Okay, and so when we have the 33 and the alert applied to a chart, once they're applied, then we save that chart as a template. Save the chart as a template so that you can apply it to other charts very, very quickly. Okay, so that's how we save the charts to a template. You see I have the template named down here so that I know what it is. It's my Zebra version 3.03 package. Okay, but I'm only using the channel and alert. And again, the way this works is once you get a channel dot, you then wait for an alert. And once you get the alert, you decide to take a trade. It's your decision to pull the trigger to take a trade. Normally, when you get an alert, you should be waiting for the alert confirmation. So this approach on the end of day, remember this is end of day, this approach allows you to get in a little earlier usually, and also reduces your stop loss with the bigger profit potential. All right, so let's go ahead and see what that looks like. In your profiles, down at the bottom of your screen in MT4, you'll see profiles. So what I've done is I've set up some profiles. Now, profiles are just a group of charts put together. So here you can see I put in what's called the major USD pairs. So these are all USD pairs. I put in 8 rather than just the 7, including the Singapore dollar, simply because it balances out the profile very nicely, and so it makes it easy to look and review. So you can see I've set up profiles, separate profiles for each of the currencies, the major currencies that we look at, and I've also set up a profile for the U.S. indices, the Dow Jones, the S&P, and the NASDAQ, gold, silver, and oil. I also set up one profile that I will adjust if I get a trade, see a trade in one of these profiles, and I can move the trade, put that into a trading folder so that I don't have to search and look for it in the future. All right, and as always, we always have the opportunity to look at Trading View. Go to Trading View and see the UFOs. And here again is the auto scans here that match up with the alerts. Okay, I got distracted. There was an ant running across my keyboard here. Sorry about that. All right, so now let's continue. Let's see, we'll now go ahead and go into some live charts and see what we can do to do some hunting. And let's first find out what happened with the trade that we put on last week. All right, so what you see here is here's last week. Here's the entry last week. Okay. We initially had the stop down here, then moved the stop under this candle because of the large move, and again I got a confirmation on this, so it seemed to be safe. It pulled in, got us into the trade, moved up strongly, and so we put, or I put the free trade on, and you can see here yesterday, this is this morning right now, this is where it's trading right now. It actually yesterday pulled down and went into, or took us out, stopped us out. And so let's take a look at that stop. Okay, where is it? Here. All right, so this is what happened yesterday. There's the trade. We had a buy at that price. We had a stop loss here at this level. That take profit was still up there. So yesterday was the 6th at 9, almost 10 o'clock. This was server time, not local time, server time. We got stopped out, and as a result, I paid a commission because I'm using raw spreads with this particular broker, so that I pay a commission rather than the spread. It was on for several days, so we had a negative on the swap. We got some money deducted. And the end result, even though we were looking at a $38 plus profit for the stop, we ended up with $37.90. Not the best for a week, but not a loss. Okay. Now remember, if you have several of these available to you because your account size allows you to put several on, remember, you need to have an account size large enough to handle multiple trades. So I'm only putting on one at a time for demonstration purposes. Hey, we still made $37.90, and believe it or not, that amount, $37.90, is a significant amount here for the folks in Vietnam, where many of the highly educated, university degreed people get paid less than 6, possibly 7 million Vietnam dong a month, which is about $350 a month, and they live on that. So if they can make $37 in a trade, that's significant. So for all you Vietnamese traders out there that are watching, make sure that you understand how we do what we do. All right, so now let's go ahead and follow the end of day process. So the first thing that I do is I go down here to my profiles, and I'm going to look at what I've called on this particular platform, Market Overview. Okay, so click on Market Overview and see why it's taking a little bit. All right, here it comes. There's the market overview. And again, you can see all of the USD, all of the USD charts. Now on the top, across the top line, you can see I have USD in the base position, USD in the base position, USD in the base, USD in the base. So why do I do that? I make sure that I have USD in the base here, and I have USD in the counter down here, because the charts always reflect the base currency. So this is telling me basically that the US dollar is coming down slightly. I can see that the channel, the center channel here is kind of flat. It's coming down, so I don't have much strength to the US dollar here. Here again, the center channel is coming down, center channel coming down, center channel coming down. Down in the lower section, I can see that the center channel is coming up. Well, that's because the US is not the base currency, it's the counter currency, and the euro is showing strength slightly against the dollar. The pound is showing nothing, it's kind of flat against the dollar. The Aussie is kind of flat, and the Kiwi is also flat. So it gives me a really good, quick way to analyze the strength of the US dollar at any given point in time. I can do that on any time frame. But what I'm really looking for here is, do I have a potential trading setup? And so what I'm looking for is I'm looking for that channel dot. And basically I would see a channel dot anytime price actually touches and goes into the upper band or lower band. Let's take a quick look, expand this. You can see here we had a dot. Here was a dot on the, what is it, the Swiss, okay, about a week and a half ago. And we had the dot, and we had a alert at the same time, which would have said, go ahead and see if you want to put on a trade. And so that would have been the trade. The entry would have been there. Got a confirmation. Didn't need to wait for that confirmation. You see how waiting for that confirmation would have increased the stop loss amount. We've increased the stop loss amount. We would have a very small stop loss in here, very small, comparatively speaking, on a daily chart. And again, because we would have been entering just below the upper band, we would pick one, two lines, and expect that price would we would target this level down here, and you can see it has gone well over 3/4, adjusting the trade, moving this down. We would already maybe be out of this trade. All right, so that's, oops, now I can't. All right, so let's take a look real quick at all the US pairs. Nothing here, nothing in the upper or lower band, nothing here in the Canadian, not in the yen, nothing in the Singapore, nothing in the NZD, the Kiwi, nothing in Australian dollar, nothing in the pound, and nothing in the euro. So that's our quick review. Now what do? Now we'll go to the Aussie crosses. And there are only 6 charts that we'll be looking at in the Aussie crosses. Okay, Aussie and some others here. Here we go. And again, this is very quick. This doesn't take a lot of time. No no movement into the upper or lower band, no movement, basically trading in the middle section of the channel. Here we are looking at coming up, but nothing in the upper band here. Here we're in the middle band, again, in the Aussie pound, Aussie New Zealand, and Aussie Swiss. So that's it. Nothing to see, nothing to anticipate in the Aussie. So let's go to the next one, and that will be the pound crosses. Quickly looking at the pound crosses. And again, same process over and over and over again. What we're looking for is we're looking for price to have entered, touched the upper band or lower band, and it would give us a green dot down in the lower band saying that price is likely to rise, or a red dot in the upper band saying price is likely to drop. Okay, so here we're looking at the pound Aussie, nothing here. Looking at the pound Swiss, you can see some time ago, earlier in September, we had two nice trades here, where, and I'll try to bring this up, okay, where we can see here, price moved into, we got the dot, and simultaneously got an alert, so we don't have to wait for the alert. We just go ahead and see if we can't enter the trade at the close there or better. And since that is in the band, trading now in the band at the close of this day, right? So we're seeing that the next day it's closed in the band. So now we count 1, 2, 3, and depending on how high it is in the band, or if it's above the band, we might even go one more further. But at least we were looking at 3 here. So this would have been about a 65 pip stop, looking for a 325 return, risk reward here. So you can see now, even if we had waited for the alert to be confirmed, which was down here, entering here, the stop still needed to be up here. So that would have been a 175 pip stop, and we would have been targeting the same level for about a 220 pip target. And so you can see that by waiting for and watching for the channel dots, closely followed by an alert. Now, sometimes what you'll see is you'll see the alerts, and no dot, right? You've got to get a dot, and then the alert has to come after the dot. Same thing down below here. Could have had, again, a nice trade. Maybe you saw this pushing down and you could have added to your position. So there's several hundred pips of profit on a small risk in this case. All right, so now let me go ahead and where is that? There we go. We've got to bring this back up here. All right. So we can see here there's nothing in the pound. So let's go to the next one, and that'll be the CAD crosses. You see, it doesn't take very long. It's not a long process. I would suggest that you determine when is end of day wherever you're trading, and about 10 minutes, 15 minutes, half an hour, even an hour into the new trading day, do this process. Okay, now we're looking at the CAD. The CAD not trading into or near into the upper or lower band. The yen, CAD yen, nothing here, trading basically flat in the center. Here we see the CAD pound, nothing here. CAD Swiss, nothing here. CAD euro, nothing here. Okay, and we're seeing the CAD Kiwi, or the Kiwi CAD down in here. So nothing here. So what do? Go to our next set of crosses, and that is the Swissy crosses. Now, obviously, there are going to be some duplications because everything is looked at, but here it's nice and clean. We're looking at this setup. Nothing here, right? Nothing touching, nothing touching, nothing touching, nothing touching, nothing touching, nothing touching. Again, we're looking for price to have entered into the upper or lower band of the channel. Okay, nothing there. Let's go to the euro crosses. You can see that this doesn't take a lot of time. It's taking me more time because I'm talking about what we're looking at, what we're looking for, than what's happening here. So we have the Euro Aussie. Let's see. You see, we had an alert here. There was the alert, but we didn't have a prior dot in the channel. So if you wanted to trade this on a daily basis, you would have had to go and wait for the confirmation. Okay, there's the confirmation. Enter at the confirmation or better, and you will be targeting a one-to-one trade as a minimum, but always, always look for your 50 pips, right? And so here down to here, there was, it doesn't look like it because the screen is very small here. You would have had your 50 pips going into a free trade. Your ability to protect your account would have been there. So yes, this works even when you are waiting for your confirmations. You have two choices. You can jump in on a channel dot followed by an alert and get in at the close of that alert, or on a daily chart, if you get an alert that is not following a channel dot, wait for the confirmation and then take the trade at the end of the day at the closing price of that confirmation period and target one-to-one, but always make sure that if you get, and again, you just look at the chart. Now the channel flow, I call it the river. Call this the river, what we have here, the channel. The channel is a river, okay? And when you want to enter the river, you want to cross the river. Is the river going to help you in the same direction? Is it going to hinder you by going against you? Is it going to be more difficult to cross? Or is it going to, be nothing, kind of neutral, flowing just in a sideways motion? So that center band is a really good indication of the flow of the channel, of the flow of price, and quite actually, you can consider when you get a red dot or a green dot in the channel. That is what in many other indicators is called an overbought or oversold situation. So now you know, if you were looking at stochastics, you would probably see the stochastics saying that you are overbought or oversold at the same time that you're getting a channel dot. So those channel dots, you know, take away the necessity for having a lot of other indicators to help you decide to take a trade. Quite honestly, most of those other indicators are built in. So it's a pretty good way to look at it. All right, so here we see, again, the euro yen, nothing happening. Here's our current time frame looking at the Kiwi, nothing happening here, nothing happening here, nothing happening here. All right, so now let's go to the yen crosses. Okay. Waiting for the yen crosses to pop up here. We populate, get the data. All right, so here are the yen crosses. And again, I don't see anything that motivates me to say, there's a potential trade. Remember, when you get the dot, unless you get the dot and an alert simultaneously, then you would take the trade at the end of that period. Otherwise, you have to wait for the next period to end. So this is a very calming way to trade, calm way to trade. It's not hyper trading. It's not fast trading. It'll give you a lot of pips. Just relax and look. So you don't trade. You don't take trades for several days. No big deal. But when you take trades, they should, nothing is ever guaranteed, right? No guarantee that you're going to always be profitable or not get stopped out, but it's unusual to not get some good pips out of a channel dot followed by an alert. All right, so here we go. The yen, nothing here. Pound, yen, nothing here. Again, we can look at this very quickly. You can see here, I'm talking more than checking because we could have flashed through all of this very, very quickly. But I just want to make sure that you understand what we are doing and how simplified. Remember, my trading, my spot forex trading is a simplified approach to trading. Once you've got it down, get that muscle memory in your head. What are you looking for? Here, again, what am I looking for? It isn't there. Move on. What am I looking for? It isn't there. Move on. What am I looking for here? It isn't there. Move on. Now, that's not to say that you cannot take the alert and alert confirmation trades. Yes, those were what we started, what I started showing you how to take trades with. Now we've improved that slightly, okay? So down here, we're looking at the New Zealand, the pound New Zealand, and nothing here, nothing here. Looking at the Aussie New Zealand, again, nothing here. And looking at the yen New Zealand, nothing here. Now, you don't get discouraged because there's nothing to trade. It just means that there's some opportunities coming in the next day. So what? You don't have to trade every day. Now, if you're the kind of person that, you know, sits at the computer and must take a trade, well, you're probably not getting the best results that you could. All right, so now that we've finished looking at the currencies, the major currencies, Let's take a quick look at gold, silver, and oil. Okay. Now, why look at gold, silver, and oil? Well, if your platform allows it, you can actually trade gold, silver, and oil on a CFD type of trade. But one of the other reasons that I look at gold, silver, and oil is because there are many people who are trading stocks in gold or silver or oil, trading oil stocks or futures or options. Yes, trading stocks, futures, and options. Wouldn't it be nice to have an idea of what the direction is going to be over the next few days when you find a nice move in the FX on your FX platform? So here I'm looking at the silver. This is silver, nothing here. It is trading down below here. I would have to see price move out and come back. Okay. This is giving me an indication that price wants to move back up again. Okay, because it hasn't left the lower band. So there is a possibility that if you wanted to, you could try to take a position low in the band or somewhere in the band down here and use, anticipate the same thing that you would have done back here. So if you would have taken the trade back here and targeted this level, why not take the same trade level somewhere in here? Okay, you can do that. And let's take a look at gold. Gold, again, you can see here, gold gave me the signal right here. I'm looking for it to go to this, into the middle band, the upper portion of the middle band. I got the confirmation here. Price did move well up, and we would have had some nice trading. So you've got some opportunities here. Here, what happened here? Okay, price popped into the upper band, but I never got an alert. So it popped up into that band and then moved, and came down. Okay, so there was no alert to give me the confidence that price is going to continue to go down, especially when I was looking at the river. The river was probably, I can see the river, the channel river was up. So swimming against the river might not be the best idea, but it's your account, it's your trading. Once you follow these, and if you don't have, I mentioned to you, if you don't have the indicators, if you don't have the channel indicator and the alert indicator yet, send an email to me, fxopabert@gmail.com. Request the indicators. I will send you the information on how to get the evaluation copies. You can evaluate the indicators for a month and see if they help you, if you can make some money with them. If you're happy and you want to continue to use them, then you can subscribe. I don't believe in asking you to subscribe first and pay, and then if you're not happy, ask for a refund. No, that's not the best way to do it. Okay? And then once you subscribe, you can decide on how long you'd like to subscribe. So get those indicators if you don't have them. Here's the Brent, okay, oil. Again, it works. It works on, here's the West Texas crude. Again, you don't have to be trading on your MT4 platform. Maybe you're looking at options. Maybe you're looking at futures. And so now you can get a better idea of what the potential is. Nothing is ever guaranteed, remember, but you can see what the potential is for future trades. All right, so now let's go ahead and where is my, here's the US indexes. My indices of the US. There we go. See, all right, what do we got here? Here is the Dow Jones, okay? So here, on this date here, let's see, that was, I got to get my magnifying glass, on the 24th. On the 24th, we didn't get a dot, but we did get an arrow, and that was followed on the 25th by a confirmation that said price is likely to move up. So at that point, you could have gone to futures and taken a trade anticipating that the Dow would be rising. Okay, and you can check, two lines on the MT4 chart and identify the target. Maybe you would have gone in with options, okay, knowing that price is likely to rise. Maybe you want to sell an option at or near the closing price and use an option spread to protect that position. So there's so many things that you can do just by knowing with some degree of confidence, and the degree of confidence that you have is only going to come by following this process again and again and again and seeing what the results are. Excuse me just a second. And don't get discouraged. Don't get discouraged by seeing several days of no trading. No big deal. All right. So here we can see, here's the Dow, here's the NASDAQ, and what we had here we had the dot, the NASDAQ, and then we had the alert, and again, what's our stop? Our stop is down below this arrow, and then we had a confirmation, price pulled back, and then took off. Okay, so many different opportunities. Here's the S&P. You can see here again we got a dot in the S&P and an arrow simultaneously on the same day. Getting into that trade in whatever method you could get in on your MT4 platform with your MT4 broker, if they make it available to you. So here you can see again, nice trade up to the middle band. Very nice move up there. What if you didn't take it on the MT4 and you decided to buy a call or sell a put? You can see that it would have been profitable for you to take that trade. So this is good cross-referencing for your futures traders, for your options traders, and even for your stock traders, because several of the MT4 platforms also provide CFD trading, mostly outside of the U.S. I have to tell you that, but you've got the information. This is very good information. Here is the US dollar index. And remember how I had my overview set up for the dollar saying that it looked like it was weak. Well, here is the dollar index confirming that same thing, confirming the same thing. So it looks like there is no trade to put on based on end of day. I'm not going to try to force a trade by looking into other time frames. But let's also, remember I had the Singapore dollar. Let's look at the Singapore crosses, see if there's anything here. Sometimes we get an opportunity to trade in the Singapore. Looks like, yes, here we see the Aussie Singapore. We have a dot, Aussie Singapore dot. All right, I'm going to leave that here. Let's see if we have anything else for the SG. Nothing here, nothing here, nothing here, nothing here, nothing here. All right, so let's go ahead and expand this. Okay, we had a dot followed by an alert last week, and that would have paid off. Probably didn't get all the way up to the into the band, but definitely would have had some nice trading. Now we've got a dot again. So now we're going to wait for the alert. I'm going to mark this here. Okay. So that's today. Now it doesn't matter what happens today. Price moved into the lower band right here. It's moved into, so that dot is not going to go away. So tomorrow, what I'm going to be looking for is I'll look at the Aussie at the Aussie Singapore dollar and see if I get a alert arrow, the alert arrow. Once I get the alert arrow, then I need to wait until the end of that period day, end of day, and then decide, do I want to take the trade on the long side? So we have got a day to see if we get an alert. We don't get it tomorrow, maybe we get it the next day or the day after. Okay? So we have to wait for that alert. And once we finish waiting for the alert, then we can go forward. Let me take a quick look. Could you please post your email in the chat to request the indicators? Do these indicators work with MT5 as well? The indicators are made for MT4. I don't think they work for MT5. I can get them done, but it would require reprogramming. I've paid a programmer to create these for me. If you would like and are willing to cover the cost of the programmer, I'm sure he could do it for MT5. All right, so let me see here. You asked for me to, so it's FX, Opa Bert at gmail.com. Okay. So there is the email address, fxopabert@gmail.com, and I will send you the information on how to get the evaluation copies. Because I've spent significant money to have these developed, they are not freely available to everyone for you to share and trade with other places. So the evaluation copies, you'll get to use it for 1 month. They will expire after the month time, and then you'll have the opportunity to continue to use them on a subscription basis, not a heavy cost, and otherwise move on. So that's it for today. We've had a great session. Good to see you on this session. It will be recorded so you can go back and check. Good trading. Have a great week and enjoy life. Don't be stuck, with a lot of stress. Trading does not need to be stressful. All right. Enjoy. Have a great week, folks. See you next Wednesday here on FX Street.